Hello everyone, welcome back to this week's update on the 30-gallon mixed reef. And today in this video I'm going to be sharing what's been going on in the past week. I've added another piece of cleanup crew. My corals have been moved around a little bit by that cleanup crew, by this Mexican turbo snails, and I've had to reglue them, so I've had a couple issues with there. Cyanobacteria has started to populate again a little bit more. I'm going to be talking about that. I've changed the flow a little bit. I've been fiddling about with it, so yeah, and a few other bits as well. I'm just going to get straight into this video, starting with the new coral. The frog spawn in the middle has settled in really nicely. The polyps are really expanded. The colour is really luminous. I've never seen a coral settle in this quickly. Literally, from day one, I put it in. As soon as I put it in, it started already expanding. It's just been really happy with this tank. I guess the parameters are really exactly what it likes. As for the pink millipore, which is at the back here, colour isn't quite there yet. It's a little bit browned out. Got a little bit of green on it though, which is a bit weird because it's a pink coral. Hopefully we should see it colour up over the upcoming weeks. It's an aquapora, so I didn't expect it to settle in just yet, but its polyps are out, and it's quite enjoying the flow it's getting. It's getting a pretty high flow, which it's going to enjoy, and quite high light as well. So I will show you this coral every week, and we should see it colouring up slowly. But other than the colour, it's settled in pretty well. I glued in all of my zoas, main reason being that you can see the sand. If you look top down, you can see the sand mainly at this front area. Quite a lot at the back here, you can see quite a lot of brown. I want to get that tidied up a little bit, so I'm going to re-enter my conch snail from my dad's tank. I did put it in his tank because it kept on moving these zoas, and they were really hard to glue. They were actually quite hard to glue when I glued them, which was actually just a couple hours ago, so they're polyps aren't 100% happy at the moment. So I'm going to add him in next time I see him in my dad's tank. He does hide quite a lot, so next time I see him I'm going to put him back in this tank, so hopefully he can tidy up this brown that's going on in the tank right now. There is a second snail. Well, there's one here and there's one at the back. If you look top down at the back there, you can see him. He's climbing up the back wall. So there's two in here now to help with the algae. Which isn't actually too bad. I expected it to be a lot worse. There's a little bit brown, you can see all over the rocks, but nothing green. The wave box is completely cleared up now. The skimmer is completely cleared up. Wave pumps are a little bit dirty. Main reason they can't really get onto them. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn them both off for maybe like half an hour-ish. Keep the return pump on obviously, so it's still got a little bit of flow in there. But keep them off like an hour and put one snail on this one and then the other snail on that one, and they should tidy them up fairly quickly. I'll probably do that tonight before I go to bed because they do most of their work when they go, when the lights are off. So I'll put them on before I go to bed tonight. Hopefully they should clear all of it up. And as for direction, this one's raised up a little bit more and angled more straight, so it's not hitting the surface because it was making a really annoying splashy sound at the top here. If you see when I turn them on, let's turn these on, you can see the flow that we get at the top. It's quite a lot. It's plenty of surface vegetation. It's still a little bit splashy at the top. Not much I can do about that. I can angle it a little bit lower, but I don't want to it starts moving the sand down here if I angle them too low down. So I think that's just right. Loads of surface vegetation, and turn them off just for the time being so we can see that top down view. As for this one, I've angled it. It was more angled towards the glass, but it's more straight now. So the aquapora is over here. I'm going to call this Aquapora Island because it's literally got 4 acros on it, and it's only going to have acros on it. So this is getting high flow, which is what I want. It wasn't getting that much flow. It was all kind of going along the front of the glass and towards down the back where the clownfish are. But I wanted to angle it up and more in, so it kind of gets this area a little bit more. Did a little bit of a fiddling about with my montiporas, my plating montiporas. I've got the red one in that little hole there, so he'll fill that gap pretty nicely in there. The green one is, I actually don't know. Oh, he's at the back. Green one's at the back on that corner there, so he'll play out, start swirling up in that corner. And the purple one is down here. I glued this earlier, just about a couple of hours ago, on that little edge there, very close to the sand bed. That's my only concern, it growing into the sand. But there was literally, name one other space it can go. There's a few other spaces, but I want to use, there's a big gap over here, but I want to use this for a torch coral that I want to get in the future. And there isn't many other spaces really. There's a couple, but I want to use these for other corals. That was the best place that I can think of. I can always move it if it starts growing into the sand. It should grow up towards the light though. There's the blue digi on the edge there, so it might start growing into that. If it becomes an issue, I can always move it. It's only glued, it's easy to just break it off, easy peasy. So we'll see how it does there. GSP's doing pretty well at the back. You can see it's growing. It's always been growing, but it's growing quite a lot. It's probably the fastest growing coral I have in here at the moment. You can see it's very, very healthy, really, really luminous. And this is quite a funny thing. There's a peppermint shrimp, or you might have to look this way. If you look, move fish, if you look straight ahead, right in that little gap in that dark hole, there's a few red tentacles. There's a peppermint shrimp hiding. Well, he's made that his home underneath that little frag plug there, well, frag disc, which is the montiporas, red and green montipora. He's kind of made a home underneath there, which is quite funny. He comes out at night, obviously. There's another one in there. If you look right in the center of the screen, you can see a few tentacles kind of hanging about. He's in that little hole. And as for the other two, they kind of spend most of the time underneath the filter. So this is the internal filter box, all this whole box all the way down. And then underneath, it doesn't sit on the floor. It's got about this much gap underneath it. Because it's silicone to the side of the tank, so there's a little bit of gap. You can see it's kind of hovering over the sand. You can't really see, but under there, there is two peppermint shrimps. They kind of hang out together underneath the filter. Obviously, all of them come out at night and eat any aptasias. Not that there is any. I can't really find any in the tank. Oh wait, there is one in that Hasuta, which they should eat very, very shortly. It's a very small one, so they should be able to get that one easy. Yeah, they eat any algae, not much really. They're only small, so they can't really eat that much, but they do help out with cleaning up the tank a little bit more. A big thing, we've got the peacock wrasse, which is in the corner at the moment, a bit camera shy, always has been, but he's been really weird past couple weeks. Well, since the new escape really, he's been on the sand bed, kind of on his side a little bit. He's not, I think he's a little bit stressed. He's going to be alright, I'm pretty sure, but he's just being a bit awkward, kind of hovering a bit over the sand, a little bit weird, not eating. Well, to be fair, he did eat a little bit yesterday, which is I'm very happy about. That's the first time I've seen him eat in weeks. Hopefully he does get better shortly. I'll check in on him every week on the videos. To be honest, didn't really get any comments on what it could be, but to be honest, I don't think it's... I honestly don't know what it is. He's got nothing to complain about, absolutely nothing. Water parameters are completely fine. All the other fish are fine. You see they're dancing about everywhere. Look, they're all looking for food, swimming about, happy, like, you know. They couldn't be happier, really. It's just that wrasse. All the corals are fine. I've tested all the water parameters, they're fine. Literally, it's just that peacock wrasse is being really annoying. Just hanging out in the corner, just being a bit weird. Not too sure what it is, but hopefully he starts recovering over the upcoming weeks. I will check in on him every YouTube video. I'm kind of running out of videos to upload, really. I'm not really too sure what to do for the next week's one. I'm struggling this week. I had to get a video out there just to make sure just to show you that the tank's alright, it's doing alright. The new corals have settled in pretty well. I did in another snail. See what happens next week. Not really too sure what to do for videos. Kind of struggling recently. Yeah, I think I'll end it here then. Everything's all doing pretty well. The cyanobacteria, you can see on the corner, it's populated there, and here, a bit on the frag rack as well. I can sort that out easy with a dose of, I forgot what it's called, it's something RX, Cyano RX I think it is, something like that. And yeah, that mops it up in under 12 hours, easy. I got to do a water change with it as well, so next time I do a water change, I'll do a dose of that before, and that should knock it out pretty easily. So I'll see you guys next week with another video. Bye.